We got a fast one today. We're only going to be live for about 2 hours today. We've got a lot to cover. I've actually been working diligently throughout the night, burning the midnight oil, if you will. One, working on a little bit more automation of labeling, GitHub actions, and specifically cleaning up like pull requests and things like that. Also adding rule sets into most if not all public repositories for my Git projects. The big thing there is I want to force myself good habits. One bad habit I've gotten, and I remember this from last stream, someone mentioned in chat, kind of a call out, but not necessarily. He was like, did he just do like 20 commits directly to the main branch? And I was like, I did. Don't do that. Don't be like me. Don't commit to main. So what we're gonna do today is I want to show one, protecting the main branch, forcing myself to do PRs every time I contribute to any of my bigger projects like LinUtil, WinUtil. I mean, all those thousands of stars and hundreds of contributors. All that needs to be protected, and forcing myself to not do stupid things like committing directly to main. Lately, when I do the commits to main, I do little justification here. I have been doing it just on GitHub Actions, but that still doesn't make it right. So from this day forth, mark my words, we shall always do a pull request, and we won't commit to main on large public projects that see thousands of people using on a daily basis. Like how I carved out a caveat there. Yes. All right. And then MangoWC. I swear to chat, I was going to try MangoWC. I was like, crap, I only got 2 hours today. I really wanted to show the automation stuff, but I've been pushing and like a carrot in front of chat, MangoWC. Let's get MangoWC done and then that. So we got to try it out. Everyone's talking about Mango. It's the new kid on the block. It's like the new Hyperland, but better. That's some big words. Is your shirt upside down? I don't know. Is this like, it might be a style. No, it's not inside out. All right, let's go. All right. Is it Mango HUD but better? Don Quixote, I hope so. I hope so. All right. Where am I? Oh, that was a bit of a jump scare. I was like, what? Oh, my camera not working? Upgrading to Wayland or downgrading? I don't know. Depends on how you look at it. All right. All right. MangoWC is immediately good because it's not Xorg. We'll just see about that. All right. We're going to jump right in. Sorry, guys. We can't chat too much today. We got to get down to business. It's lightweight, fast. It's based on DWL, which DWL I haven't liked. I've tried a bunch. DWL 1 doesn't work at all on NVIDIA-based chips. Last time I tried DWL on an NVIDIA system, just completely shit the bed. So DWL, awful. Mango says it's even better, even more lightweight, builds in seconds. That sounds good. Has great Wayland support based on tags, not workspaces, which I prefer, because obviously I'm on DWM. Smooth, customizable. Animations. I mean, animations are for kids, but, you know, whatever. If it makes it look better, sure. Chat will be happy. Excellent input method support. Flexible window layouts, easy switching, scroller, master stack, monocle, center master. Nobody uses center master. That's just like, it's just for funsies. Almost everybody just does master stack or monocle. Rich window states, swallow, minimize, maximize, unglobal, global, fake, full, excluding, overlay. I like this. Those are really good window states. Simple yet powerful external configuration. Sway like scratchpad and scratchpad. Honestly, how how Scratchpad and Wayland does screenshots, it's not great. Doesn't feel great. I hope that's how they implemented it's better than anything I've tried, because everything else I've tried, I've been like, this sucks. I'm going back to Xorg. Hey, I'm here for functionality. I don't care how it looks. High cov like overview. I don't know. Chat, what's high cov mean? Is that even a word? It's a Hyperland overlay mode plugin? Say what? Huh. That's cool looking. Alright. Master stack layout. That's what I'll be rolling most of the time. Let's see how it looks. Boop. So this is what to expect. We're having issues. Alright. Let's see the scroller layout. Huh. Scroller layout? Is this playing? None of the videos are working on this. Sounds like a me issue. Alright, well, whatever. We'll just try it out. Dependencies. Typical Wayland product. About 3 times the dependencies of Xorg, but, you know, whatever. Par for the course. We'll just install the entire world. We can do it through the AUR, but that's lame. We're going to do it through Git clone, probably. Does it use special WL roots? Okay. Positive. Positive thinking. Positive thinking. We'll get there. I don't like how it's making me build WL roots. That does not look good. What is it doing? Are we doing another custom WL root spin? Oh. Alright. Dependencies. Rofi. Waybar. Sway BG. That's all fine. Clip history. WL clipboard. These are all fine. It's using Sway Notification Center. Pulse Audio Mixer. Sway Idle. Mostly Sway stuff.
Look, I want to
Grim and Slurp for screenshotting. Cody, thanks for joining the YouTube members, man. And we got WL logout. What the hell's socks? I've never seen that package. Socks. Linux. Swiss Army knife of sound processing. That sounds cool. It's like a Mac OS version of sock. Okay. Huh. Got a screenshot? Nah, typical FOSS project.
Look, I want to say, I know you know a lot of super people, so...
Umit, thank you so much for joining the YouTube members. Those are his dot files. Make your own. Okay. No. Yeah, I think the big thing I've got in the past doing, like, copying other people's dot files, it's fun just to kind of see what's available, but I like looking at the dependencies and everything just to kind of see what they're using. And then you can kind of build your own based on those dependencies if you want to go that route. You can also use his daily config. You can use my DM's config. So there's multiple different configs. That'll be interesting to see. Nix OS, nobody cares. Packaging Mango, bah. Sponsor, send Bitcoin here. Okay. I just have a feeling if we use the builder from AUR, I'm just gonna regret it. Ah hell, let's try that. That's what most people do. All right, Mango. Oh, actually, let's just update the databases real fast. Let's do a top grade. Make sure everything's up and going. No errors. Top grade's the best. It's amazing. What happened here? Rates mirror bin, not a Git repository. Let's just get it. Let's just remove it. Anytime I run into any update errors, I usually try and remove the packages, get everything nice and working clean. Whether that's a problem with cargo, Python, there's a lot of different things I have on my system, but I like everything to be nice, up to date, perfect, no like held back packages, none of that business. It's just a recipe for making things break. Like it nice and clean. All right, it's only a 9 gig update. Eat your heart out, Windows. Oh, wait, MangoWC's in the CacheOS repo? Now we're talking. You've just made my day. Cache for the win, man. If you don't know jack about Linux, I think Cache's a great starting spot for a power user. And it's funny, I crapped on Cache. I was like, not another Linux distro when they first hit the market, and everyone's like, it's pretty good, Titus. You should check it out. And I'm like, maybe not. But I mean, they're pretty damn good. Like, yeah, hell, they're even using CDN 77, which is a really, really good content delivery network. Fun fact, CDN 77 was one of the only sponsors I've ever had on my channel back in 2019. I signed a deal with them and I got paid $500 a video to do an ad spot. It's pretty good. Not the best sponsor I ever did. That's reserved for, dare I say it, also in 2019, SkySilk. They were a sponsor of mine and I never accepted any money from them. I got something much better. The marketing manager at the time, I said, hey man, this is such YouTube privilege, it's hilarious. I was like, hey man, instead of me setting up an account and everything, how about you just take this email, set up an account for me, and then just discount everything so I could really show off your product. And just don't mind me using, I'm only going to use a little bit of your system's processing power. You know, just discount everything 100% for me if you would. That way I could really stretch the legs and show people what's possible with your services. I think that guy got fired because they never fixed the glitch, and I've been rocking VPSs for free for like 6 years. I think I've probably run up around $50,000 worth of usage. Best sponsor ever. Oh man. Oh man. Carter Blood Care. I'll give blood to them next week. Clipping this and emailing him. One moment. I'll have to find my email address first. You don't know the pseudonym I used. Fix the glitch. You guys ever seen Office Space? I love it. Which was also filmed here local in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Yeah, now if I could just get sponsored by like Starbucks or something, I could get free coffee all the time. That would be ideal. Actually, no, that would be terrible. Because then I'd just have way too much coffee. Actually, disregard, my health would decline rapidly if I actually took that kind of sponsorship. Yeah, the problem with like VPN sponsors is I don't use VPNs, so like what's the point? Like I have my own VPNs, but I'd much rather have a VPS sponsor so I can create my own VPN using my own VPS, and then I can not even worry about it, right? Like why would I use some crappy service like NordVPN, ExpressVPN, private internet access, all the things that everyone shills? I mean, don't get me wrong, if I had like millions of people watching me and I was able to get you all to sign up, I probably would make a ton of money. I think it's like 30% rips on that. So like if you spend $50, your YouTuber, I think gets like about $20, $15 of that money. So not a bad deal. But I mean, all VPNs are super shady. Like Ain't nobody want to do that. Let's just remove. On these, I never like to accept the pack news. It always seems like it screws something up, so I usually just don't. Proton up is not there. All right, 1 second. Let's actually, well, let's see which Proton up. It's in the local bin. Let's try just pip x uninstall Proton up. And then let's just install it. Maybe it got mixed up. Just double checking here. And then I do like to use Topgrade because it kind of goes through all the systems that I use, whether it's Cargo, Python, the actual package manager, Flatpaks, distro boxes. It goes through everything and makes sure it's all up to date. So Topgrade's an amazing project if you're updating your system. A lot of Linux people forget about all these other little things to update. Now, for firmware upgrades, this will actually break my system. The firmware updates are not good for some things. Do you want to disable this feature? Yes. Authenticating, cancel. I don't want to do the firmware update. That's just, I've had bad issues with HP. This specific system, HP's had a lot of bad firmware updates, and I just don't like doing system firmware updates, like, at all. Most systems will be fine. Most people will be using residential stuff, but I don't know. I feel like HP servers have kind of shit the bed lately. Kind of Dell's a little better, I think. They're both kind of fading and just not as good as they once were. Yeah, HP hinge problems. God, that's the truth. Poor saps that buy the yoga notebooks. Ooh, create a Topgrade TOML file. Ooh, that's a good idea. Is Topgrade in here? Ah, okay. One second. Minor problem. Topgrade TOML file. What does that look like? All right. Default all channels, cargo. This is set Doom, Pixie, VS Code. That's fine. Zig up. Julia. Lens Fun. Distro box. We're gonna leave all that defaults. Firmware. Here we go.
Yeah,
I think that's all we need to do.
To do the binds.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Umit, much appreciated. All right, good enough. Is there anything on Topgrade? Where's that go for the config file? I would imagine it would just be .config Topgrade, as most things in Linux are standardized, but let's not just assume. what they say about assumptions. They say you can just put it in the config. But we have a topgrade.d file. I wonder why. It's still updating Flatpak. Flatpak being slow. Who would have thunk it? Let's just move this to the root directory. Oh, Topgrade Tamil is already there. Ah. Oh yeah, Tamil's already there. All right. Rock on. Oops. My bad. All right, cool. Gravy. Thank you, chat. That'll force me not to break my system in the future. Disable equals firmware. Oh, is there a disable thing? Thank you, Duo. I'm totally screwing things up, as usual. That's why y'all watch, though. That's why you all watch. Ah, hell. Let's just go here. Disable firmware. That look good? Alright, now let's finish this up and we should be good. Yeah, Yusuf. I had a fun time talking to Yusuf. He was great. I did dude, it was almost a 4-hour long podcast of talk time. I don't know what his editor chopped it down to, but God bless that editor. We talked forever. I think we started at I think it was like 9 a.m. my time, and we went all the way to about 1. And I think for him, I think it was like 6 p.m. and he went all the way to like 10. So man. But he was a fun guy. I loved his questions. It was just a fun. I always like chatting with people, especially in like an interview style format. You can bounce ideas. And also, I get some of like the best ideas from others too. So I always enjoy the back and forth. Let me link that. Is that live? Since everybody's in chat talking about that, that's got to be live, right? YouTube. Let's just go Yusuf. Chris Titus Tech. That should get us there. That's a great thumbnail. Here, I'm gonna link it in chat. Oh god, that's killing me. Oh, that's the most hilarious thumbnail. The deadpan. Yeah. That's great. I'm going to link that in chat for folks. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Anyways, yeah, check out that. If you want to put this in the background and hear me yap for like 3.5 hours with Yusuf. He asked me all kinds of questions. It was a little bit heavier into AI than I thought it would be, but there was a lot of Linux conversation and other things. That was a lot of fun too. So I always enjoy those though. We got some Python errors too. All right, pipx is running into problems with. I don't know what happened here. This is what AI was meant for right here, guys. This is the purpose of old Jippity. Yeah, what happened? The classic pip VNV rot issue. It's just a broken VNV. Exactly what's going wrong in .local pip try CLI bin Python. trying to upgrade trash CLI, pipx manage VMV CLI exists, but the Python interpreter inside of the VFE is gone. All right, tries to run that. Quick fix, uninstall, install. I think we won't retry that. Let's fix that offline. I want to say trash CLI is a package, not through pipx. Well, I don't need it to fix it for me. What I need it to do is just explain what the F it's talking about. You know, that's all I'm saying. All right, so we had pipx failed. We're going to skip firmware because we don't want to update in this and break in this system. And we have a couple Git repositories that we got to fix. Specifically NeoVim. I don't know what happened here. Well, we'll just drop whatever. I'm sure whatever I added to NeoVim was not needed. Let's go trash CLI as well. Fix that up. This is just standard housekeeping, I think, in Linux too. The problem is if you don't do this, just like in Windows, you can really junk up a system. Maybe not as bad as Windows, but you can still junk it up. And it's nice to have everything working succinctly and just perfect every time. It is installed through the package manager. Trash CLI is installed through package manager, not pipx. Yeah, I don't know why it would be there. Let's get rid of the V&Vs. Yep. Then clean that. Upgrade. Is it upgrade all? God, what's the pipx command for upgrade all? Oh, there we go. Gypsy's got me. That's still broken. But why? A Python package. What the hell was I doing in this Python package? No such file. Python.environment bin Python. Alright, what's this one? I think it's one time. See, I think I have a broken. I think it's another broken package. Yeah, take care, Umit. Man, we got some jank. I think we had like an upgraded Python that went awry. Because I think TLDR, does TLDR even still work? No, TLDR does. I think what we'll do is go list pipx uninstall Proton Tricks TLDR and then Google API. I remember I was trying to do like a chat client from YouTube. It was so bad. Uninstall all, maybe? We should probably look this up, but we're not. We're just gonna YOLO it. You have to do them all at the same time? Lame. Alright, we'll just do that. Just a couple packages. Alright, now we should be good, guys. What was it? Upgrade all? Yeah. Yeah, all right, cool. Now that's all good to go. The following failed to upgrade. Bro, what the hell? Maybe I like forced it through like a break system package style way back in the day. Let's just do an uninstall and then an install. And same thing with RimBG. And then we'll just do it an install. So I want to make sure these are installed correctly. If you try to use pip install like the old days, like if you're going like following instructions from like 5+ years old, a lot of times pipx is not used and it doesn't set up like a VNV. But sometime around 2000, they required VNVs for everything. pipx does a good job of, I think, creating them automatically. I could be wrong there. And it's just a way of accessing it through the system too. So now we can do upgrade all, include injected. Perfect. And that's exactly what we want. No errors. And now we can do a proper top grade. And then it should go through. Everything's right with the world. God bless. Okay. That's gravy. No updates. Cargo looks good. No packages. Git looks good. Pip looks good. TLDR looks good. Green across the board. That's exactly what I want. That's how I kind of like to do all my upgrades. You do the system update, you got your config updates, you got Proton updates, DistroBox updates, Flatpak updates. Don't use Mize. Maybe that's a Zig thing? I'm not sure. Rust and Cargo, that's Rust. Pip is Python, or pipx is Python. Visual Studio Code, which I do use. TLDR for a better man page. NeoVim updates all the extensions and stuff, which, speaking of which, yeah, that's good. Then you got your CLI extensions for GitHub. I use that a lot for GitHub Actions. And then Lens Funds database update. I'm not sure what that is. So, yeah. Anyways, that should be good. Now, everything's perfect. For now. Now let's mess everything up. Mango. Now, somebody mentioned MangoWC is in the actual directory, and the binary is there. MangoWC. It is. Look at that. MangoWC. MangoWC. All right. I like it. Let's go. Binary packages, no building from the AUR. Done. I feel like we should probably. Let's see. This is using Grim, Slurp, Sati. Mutagen bin. I kind of like the sway-based versions of the daily config better. So I think we're going to go with daily. One thing that bugs me, this is like, I guess a minor OCD thing. DMs right here, has right here, but then use my daily config is up here. He's using foot for the terminal. It's kind of gross. We'll use Ghosty. I never got the why people use foot. I never liked it. Let's grab this. Paste it in. What's this look like? We're going to grab XFC, Dimlan, and WLR DPMS. What the hell's WLR DPMS? Is that display? It's like a power management system. But why are we building this from the source? I hate building. Because it's just a matter of time before the person that made this abandons the project and then you're stuck. That's the problem. What is this? Give me the Git. Alright. Source hut. WLR DPMS. Change output power modes in WL compositors. Guess that's fine. Power management in Windows or Linux really sucks. It's the worst OS for it. But what else we have? Sway audio idle inhibit git. Do we really need to build something for the AUR for that too? And what the hell's Dimland? I mean, I like to. I don't know why I ever bother grabbing anybody's config files. I just sit there and go, this is stupid, this is stupid, this is stupid. But, alright, what's Dimland? It's probably another power management thing. Wayland screen dimmer. God. I'm thinking a hippie probably wrote this already, gotta say. Just want it to work well. Why do we need to? Why do we need to dim the screen? True Chads run at 100% power all the time and burn out the retinas till we go blind. Everyone knows that's the way to use a computer. Additional brightness reduction. You can also draw opaque screen corners mimicking a rounded display. What are we trying to pretend we're using an iMac from the late 90s? Hurts my head why this project was ever included. Alright, let's install this crap as it was written, and then let's start ripping it apart and making it not suck. And why are we using XFC poll kit from the AUR? There's like, I don't like that. Like, Mate pool kit is probably better to use than XFC. Like, why is this in the AUR to begin with, and why isn't that in a repo? That is my question. No, he should use Mate. Mate pull kit. All right, we're gonna allow it through. Let's just use the configs he's using, and then we'll try and rip out all this garbage after. All right, it's not that bad though, compared to some other rices I've done in Wayland. Like anything that has a Hyperland package, they literally install a billion packages. So even though I'm complaining about this, it's way better. MangoWC Vercel.app docs. Follow from here, it seems better. Yeah, thanks, Duo. I think you are onto something there. Build dependencies. Yep. Quick start. Initial setup. Key bindings, alt return, alt space, alt Q. Need to change all that. Recommended tools. You know, I did Fuzzle for a little bit, and W menu. I still prefer Rofi more. Ghosty is usually my terminal of choice. Desktop shell, example config. Configure monitors, Windows rules appearance. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's just use this daily config real fast, and then... Or should we not use any config to start with? Just see what the stock is? Let's just use the example config. Okay. Let's go here. All right. Tag configuration. Tiling 1 through 9. Dig it. Rules. These are all just window rules. What's floating, what's an animation, what's not. All right. A good set of rules in here. Most out-of-the-box window managers don't come with any rules, so looks like a good basis. Monitor rules. We could probably set something for this if we wanted. I'm kind of good. Well, yeah, let's set something. Let's see. We'll probably do... Oh, we're on HDMI 2. Let's just go monitor rule. HDMI 2. We're 1920 by 1080. Refresh of 120. X0, Y10. Why are we starting at 10? Oh, probably because it's going to launch Waybar. Maybe? Okay. Sounds good enough. Environment configurations. That looks fine. Qt5 CT is where it's getting most of its values. You can use like a Qt5 CT configuration tool to change that. Here's your shadows, borders, animations.
To do the binds.
Scotsman, thanks for the $5. Hey man, would you like to change WinUtil website so you can use a front matter on pages with title and description and make shortcodes? Use that. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that, Scotsman. We've been actually doing a lot of updating to the WinUtil documentation. Scroller layout, master stack, miscellaneous, sloppy focus. What is that? I actually took off warp cursor on mine. People getting mad about warp cursor. I don't mind warp cursor. It's fine. It's fine. Bindings. All right, Super R reloads the configuration. Menu terminal, alt return. Actually, I kind of want this to be super. Yeah, I like super, just super X. Let's do ghosty. Rofi menu, alt space, spawn Rofi, mango Rofi. I actually like super, which is the Windows key, and R. Quit, super M. That's kind of weird. We'll do super Q. Actually, super M's fine. That's for killing Mongo or quitting out of Mongo. We'll do super Q for kill client.
Yeah, well, the dude binds.
Oh, haven't answered the question on GitHub yet? Oh, shoot, man. Let's take a detour. Did you have an issue or pull request? Scotsman, I like your name. Let's see. I mentioned this at the start. Started labeling everything, kind of cleaning up a lot of the PRs and issues as well. Gabby's been helping kind of clean up some of these issues. I'll go back through. Some valid issues got closed. Just reopen them. And we're just trying to cull it down because a lot of the issues did get solved, or some of the issues were just not valid or so vague there's no way we could ever help that person. So we closed out a bunch of issues this past day. So we kind of culling a lot of those issues. Where was it on Git? Yeah. On GitHub, I don't see your name anywhere, Scotsman. I would imagine Scotsman would be in the title, but you never know. Enjoyable conversation with Yusuf. Yeah, man, I love talking to him. That was great. We linked it earlier in the stream. I've been able to do a lot off the docks. Oh, cool. I feel like I missed something. YouTube chat kind of sucks. Wish the live was better. On Twitch, I can just click on the username and it just shows me their entire history. Yeah. We're really getting it down. And the pull requests, these were all within the last week, I think. Yeah. So we've really, like, these are drafts. The disabled defender, the only reason I didn't accept this one is we got flagged with a bunch of antivirus. I think this will be fine once I transition the executable to its own project completely. When that's completely separated out, which I already have most of that written, and I'll redistribute that to everybody, we could probably open this up and merge it back in. Because at this point, then the disabled defender would be exclusive to just the PowerShell and PowerShell users. And honestly, I could probably bake this into the executable as well, and then just obfuscate the code so antiviruses can't read it. Because as soon as antiviruses see you disabling Defender, it's going to flag it as a virus. And I just hate explaining to people antivirus isn't what they think it is. It's not actually scanning for threats. It's just saying, hey, this code exists, therefore it's a virus, because viruses follow that format. And even then, a lot of times it doesn't even look at that. Most people, if you authenticate and you have an extended validation certificate, which you pay about $500 a year for, and then you submit the program to the antivirus companies, a lot of times they just pass it through. So, antivirus is kind of bullshit in just general. Like, people don't realize on Windows users, a lot of people don't understand how it's actually detecting viruses. Most of it is actually not a scan. Most of it is simply, hey, does this have a certain signature? If it does, then go ahead and flag it. And it's all about like what historics, or I always say that damn word wrong. Historics. Well, security personnel correct me, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways. Yes, that word. Thank you. Let's see. Can you read my messages? All right, let's see. What did I miss here? Gabby. I tested and it didn't flag it. Yes, but here's the catch, Gabby. It won't flag it in the PowerShell script, but it will flag it when it's distributed through an executable. The executable launches a script in the background that will get flagged as a virus. I don't know why it does it, but it does it. But it's all about to be a moot point anyways, because the executable is just going to be completely using .NET libraries in F#. and we won't use any PowerShell, so then we can do whatever the hell we want and interact directly with all of the different components of Windows without PowerShell ever being involved. And then the antiviruses can't complain about anything because I'll be extendedly validated. I pay the ransom for that, and then everything will be submitted to them to make sure it's a green flag. And the code itself, they won't have access to, so they can't say it's a virus. So everything will be right with the world with executables once we move completely to that for the people that paid for WinUtil. And it'll be quite a bit faster than PowerShell scripting as well. It's a nice side effect of it as well. So it's going to be great. If you paid Microsoft Smart Screen, they won't flag it as a virus. Correct. Yeah. You don't actually pay Microsoft directly. I think they have some kind of tie-in with like SectGo and some of the other certificate authorities in the world that basically run all of the code signing. So if you have an extended validated code sign, which is 400 and some change per year, then you actually have to sign all your code using a hardware two-factor, and then you sign it, and then it has that digital signature, and then it elevates where it sits in the scanning process. And then from there, I think there's still some scans that happen in the background, so it's not like antivirus has done nothing, but it doesn't do nearly what people think it does. So you have to pay to get around Smart Screen. Now, if you don't pay for that validation, Smart Screen will always fail and flag you as unsafe or a virus. So you might be thinking, how do poor people make programs that don't get flagged as viruses? The answer is you don't for Windows. You can't be poor and develop on Windows. That's just facts. Or you can work for somebody else, I guess. Where's the fun in that? You know? So yeah, that's just, yeah, I did a video on it, but it wasn't like all that well received. And maybe I didn't articulate myself well enough. But, you also got to remember, people believe, hey, they've been paying $50, $60 every year for their internet suite for the past 10, 20 years. It's hard to tell people they were stupid for doing that and it was a giant waste of money. And people won't want to believe that. They want to say, hey, I spent thousands of dollars on antivirus programs. Surely it was doing something and I wasn't getting ripped off and getting worse performance on my system for no reason whatsoever. And to my answer is, that's exactly what happened. You got ripped off, you have worse performance, and you totally got screwed for over a decade. But you can't tell people that. You just can't. They won't believe you.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Holy crap. Just me. So I'm unable to get one shot, and now one free cup. Dude, you spent $500 on that super chat. Here, I'll give you one shot. I'll give everybody in chat one shot for that. Holy crap. Here's 0.4. I think it's 0.4. 1 second. Go to my secret site. Everybody that's watching in chat will get this for free. I think this is... Ooh, I think... Yeah, no, I think this is up to date. All right. The secret's out. Here you go. I'm rich now. There's win one shot 0.4. Hopefully I don't get banned for linking an executable in chat. But yeah, that's the project. It's the alpha version of it. Try it out. Now, will preface that. That is the alpha. Definitely not meant for public release. But it does have the first iteration of the install and then also the tweaks tab. The other two tabs don't work. It's nonsense. It's just placeholders. So, there you go. Thank, God, who gave me the 500 dono for that?
Yeah,
Thank him.
The dude abides.
Oh, 3947 Scotsman. Okay, 3947. Yes. Thank you. Just me. Boom. That's a hell of a cup of coffee. I think you caffeinated me for the whole year, brother. So, thank just me. He's the one. Yeah, that's insane. I'm pretty sure he meant $5. If so, I totally get if you reverse the charge there. Regardless, there's the alpha version, just based on that one dono. Oh, all right, 3947. Let's take a look. God bless you. All right, hashtag 3947. Docs WinUtil update. 3947. Oh, that's right. I did look at this. I think I even approved it. Oh, Scotsman. I loved this. I even think I commented on it. What he did is he created a yeah, it looks amazing. He created a short code that auto-populates as the docs change, so you don't have to hard code a lot of those things in. Yeah. Totally use the front matter for pages and titles, so I think that's smart. I think that's the way to go. Is this ready to merge? Or did you want to change that real fast, Scotsman? Because that's crazy. I think just me had a heart attack. I think he meant $5 because he said, have a coffee on me. So, bro, if you got to reverse that, totally get that. Totally get that. Either way. That's crazy. Stop by the store, get some fillets for tonight. Maybe I can afford some memory. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh about that. It's still too soon. All right. Yeah, nonetheless, you get a free copy of One Shot. Yeah. That's a whole 1 gig of RAM. God. All right. I think that's everything. Let's get back to configuring MangoWC. All right, here we go. MangoWC. We were doing the binds, just making sure we have kind of focus stack next. That's okay, I guess. Alt left focus direction. I guess. What's the snap? Super shift up, super shift. I like that. Move when, control shift up, control. Resize when, control alt. Up, down, left. Switch window status. Alt F. I believe that should be Super F. This guy likes his alt key, man. Guess it is a little bit better on the thumb than using Super. Tile layout. Super E, Super T. I don't like that. Probably do like Super H and then Super L. Vim bindings is kind of my jam. All right, tag switch. Control left, super left, control left. Okay. Control super left right, move tag left right like that. Yeah, toggle view. Oh, that's so weird with the toggle view. I would imagine toggle tags what we want to do with the regular view. Yeah, this is weird. I'd probably just go like... Actually... Let's just change this to Alt. Super. Yeah, I like that better. Alt 1, Tag 1, View. Is view or switching tags? I want to say it's hard to say with what we have. Actually, I'm thinking we're gonna go Alt for this. Huh? It's kind of strange. Why is this even? It just feels weird. I don't know what the toggle view does, and why each tag has their own toggle view. So let's just get rid of that. Let's just go super for the tags. Yeah. Yeah, this is MangoWC. Nuri, I've heard good things actually. Is scrolling a window manager. A friend of mine used it. He said he liked it. Move resize on super left button. What's super right button do? Super button right, move resize cursor size. Cursor move, cursor, okay. Gesture bind. Oh, that's cool. You got gestures. And then we got basic brightness and volume. And then custom apps. With Waybar and other stuff. Auto start. So we got dbus activation. Set XDG current desktop to WL roots, Wayland display, and top bar. That's fine. Mango wallpaper, X Wayland. I don't see it launching a pull kit anywhere though. So. Alright, I think we got enough to go off of. Let's launch into this thing, see how it looks for stock settings. See you on the other side, peoples. Ah, okay. Got you, Gabby. Sounds good. XFCE pull kit, it will launch it. Okay. All right, good stuff, Scott. We'll do another PR for that. Let's just merge this. And we'll do that. Let that rebuild the main website. We'll see if that works. I'm kind of curious. Let's see how this action works on the Hugo rebuild. This is going to be the big one. See how the build goes. Want to make sure we do got the new version. Build was fast. All right, there's the checkout. How's the deploy? All right. Deploying with GitHub pages. And Bob is your mother's brother. Let's go. WinUtil documents. Where's our documents link? Documentation. All right. So developer documentation. Debloat edge looking good. User guides. All right, application installation. All right, here's store. How to install here. Upgrade all, uninstall. Get installed, clear selection, great. Tweaks. Getting started. System requirements, PowerShell launch. Perfect. Don't apply all tweaks without understanding them. Agreed. Just click standard if you don't know. Alright, perfect. Man, that looks good. Anything else? If you had disabled Defender in the PowerShell version, but paid for Smart Screen, would it still flag it? Yes, if it launched it as a PowerShell script. Right now, the PowerShell, the executable has a baked-in version of the script, and then also if it's online, it'll go ahead and grab the updated version of the script to launch it. So that's how the executable works. It actually bakes it in and has it integrated or embedded in the executable, but it won't use that version if you're online. It'll just go ahead and grab the latest version. So there's a little bit of discrepancy there, which I'm about to fix with the next release. The next release of the executable that you pay for would be, it would install in your system and just use all F# with .NET frameworks. It is so much faster than using anything in PowerShell. And I'm no longer limited with what we can do. So since I'm already validated, EV validated, I've already have submissions and good reputation with all the websites or all the antivirus websites. Dude, we can do whatever we want with that, and it's going to be just incredible. And the best part about that is that .NET framework, it sounds like a completely separate program, but all the tweaks and everything is still based off of the JSON files from WinUtil. So it still pulls from WinUtil, it just translates everything from PowerShell to .NET. So then we can do all the tweaks faster, more efficiently, and it's fantastic. So it's great. Someone in chat said you leak stuff. Yeah, well, that sounds like something I would do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would not be me. I've doxed myself I don't know how many times. It's kind of an ongoing theme. Although, you know, I have my anti-dox button. So I put this up when I'm like doing a sign-in. So that's usually pretty good. But I'm not 100% all the time. Who is, right? All right. So let's give this a reboot, and ooh, what are we using for the display manager? I can't remember. We're not using LightDM. We're not using SDDM. Are we? Nope. Wait, maybe. No, we are using SDDM. Okay. We're golden. Let's kick this pig. All right. Come for Chris, stay for the leaks. That's true. Is F# open for contributions? Maybe in the future, maybe I might do something, David, but for right now, it's still like heavy development. And since I'm kind of still ironing out all the standardization, I don't want to make it open. Because I really want it to be a certain way and have a really good base before I would ever think about doing something like that. Could today be the day Chris has to reinstall? Nah. I'm going to be here on day 1000. Mark my words. It's going to be just one of those things, you know? And we're protected by the wolf. HP Wolf's protecting us. We're untouchable. Yeah. Oh, watch out for the wolf. That's right. All right, let's see what we got. Mango. Here we go. Hold on to your butts. Well, that doesn't look like mango at all, does it? Alrighty then. Houston, we have a problem. Oh, dude. I feel like we missed something. I bet you maybe something in my SDDM. Huh. Well, I broke it. Oh! I know what it is. No. Okay, well. What? No. It's broken. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, we did get a graceful shutdown with just the press of the power button. This might be the day. We were already at 600 plus days. This might be the day. But it's not gonna be. Spoiler. I can always fix it. I'm not that big of a noob anymore. Famous last words. I like tempting fate. There's just something fun about just looking at its face and laughing. Let's go. All right. Now, instead of launching in this time around, I'm going to look at what the auto start XDG features are, because I built in almost all my auto start features to be independent of my window manager. I didn't want my window manager launching the tools I use on a daily basis. I wanted that to be completely separated. So DWM's just doing DWM stuff. So here's the display manager, which is SDDM, I think. Okay, that was workspace. We're on workspace 2. Workspace 3, TTY3. We're going to go to console. And I want to troubleshoot this on console and not launch into anything. We're still at 642 days of OSH. And thou shall still remain at 640 plus days. Mark my words, it can't be broken. Alright, so we got mounting of an FS. We have Ramina applet for launching that. Set refresh. Now that might be a problem. Let's move that. Let's move Synergy as well. The other two should play just fine. But honestly, I don't even really use Ramina that much anymore. I was doing a lot of remote desktop work, sure, but not really anymore. Okay, so now we just have mount of NFS. We have launching Discord, which desktop's just a better Discord. If you're using like the official Discord application on Linux, what are you doing with your life? Oh my gosh. All right, let's go ahead and kill everything from Titus. I'm gonna exit. Come on back to TTY. So the sessions we have Steam, DWL, and Mango. We're gonna select Mango. We're gonna go Titus. And here we go. Are you ready for the magic? Shit. That wasn't it. Well, shucks. Let's go to System Resources, which that's USR. We're going to go into USR. I'm feeling like share might be it. Let's just see what we're launching, because it should not launch DWM. So, if we look at X sessions.
Super people, so thanks for thinking of me.
Oh, thank you, good sir, for all the gifted memberships out there. YouTube is totally screwing up on me and not showing me. But thank you, Joshua, for gifting the membership. All right, so here is our X sessions for DWM. Boom. So with DWM, it launches xinitrc on DWM Manager. Okay, that's fine, right? For Steam, these are the two sessions. This is opening up a game session plus of Steam. So if I wanted to do like a mock Steam OS, that's fine, but this is all Xorg. So Wayland is actually in the Wayland sessions directory. I totally just guessed on this one. I just want to throw that out there. Just like if I was this, I would put it in something called Wayland. So let's go Mango in Vim, NeoVim, Mango desktop. What is Mango doing precisely? It is launching the Mango binary, and that's all it's doing. Okay. Which Mango is it grabbing? All right. So let's launch that from TTY. So we're not going to use the display manager at all. We're going to just use TTY. Now, if we launch Mango here, what happens? That's what should happen. Okay. Wires got crossed with something there. All right. Wayland diagnose detect GTK IM module being set, and Wayland input method front end is. Oh, look, the errors begin. It does look pretty, though. Okay, that's fine. Do we have Rofi? Rofi. Oh, that's pretty. All right, got a nice little detection. Gravy, gravy, gravy. Do we have Ghosty? We do. God, this is ugly. Okay. Freaking hippies and their rices. Actually, this is the stock, isn't it? Why isn't Rofi working? Okay, that looks like it works. I got you. All right. So what's the binding? What is up with the, who works like this with a dimmed screen? It's crazy. Y'all are nuts. 100% brightness or go home. I need this burning out my eyes. That's why I look tired all the time, probably. But I don't care. It makes me feel better. It's dim, though. It's very dim. All right. I was looking at... I'm sorry, I got completely sidetracked here. I was looking at something. God, look at the gaps. All right, I gotta fix this. CPU is perpetually at 1 or 2%. It's probably running like a bash script, eating up CPU cycles. It's like what most Linux rices like to do. All right, focus. MangoWC. First impressions, actually pretty good. It sounds like Chris is a dirty light mode user. I can neither confirm nor deny this accusation that chat has made at me. All right. All right. Can we move this? What happens if we... Ah, okay. That does work. So if we go... No, that doesn't work. Control Super 3? Oh. It takes the window with you. How strange. Okay. Oh, this is giving me a headache. Giving me a headache for real. Oh. Music is Stream Beats by Harris Heller. Specifically the cyberpunk version. He has a bunch of different albums, though. All pretty good. All copyright free, too. Even though someone does like to patent troll him and try to claim your stuff. But you can just revoke it and sits in escrow for 30 days. And then you go through the whole song and dance of YouTube copyright. Absolute shit show that they have going over on Google because they don't actually have any humans working there anymore. But that's a different story for a different day. The story for today is how to make this screen not look awful. All right. Can we go up in brightness level, please? Like, bro. This is insane. This is the stock defaults, by the way. We did not copy a custom config. This was the example config. Okay. Is there a dim button? No, no dim. Blur, shadows. Border. Fade, maybe? Nope, nope. Does it have live reload, I wonder? I don't think it does. Persistence? Maybe. It's definitely got some Hyperland vibes to it, I will say. Oh, man, alright, so bind, config, maybe environment? Alright, maybe monitor? Scale, refresh, that's fine. What's WL Randar showing? What are we doing? Okay, it's not setting that properly. So be it. Alrighty. Ah, thank you, chat. Oh my god. Ah. You crazy people using that. You're ripping that crap out. What was it? WL Sunset? Yes. Remove that package. Oh, wow. Thank you. That was so much better. Yeah, quality of life just 3x'd. Great. Okay, cool. Thank God chat was here. Let's see what auto start's doing. Nightlight. Delete that. Nah. What else do we have? So we're launching that. We got Waybar as the top. With we can modify Waybar for later. We've done that a million times. It's kind of boring. Keep clipboard content. That's fine. WL clip persist. Blue applet. That's fine. All right. Permission. Enter authentication. I kind of don't like XFC pull kit. You know what we'll do? Come on over to DWM Titus. Let's just make this my own, right? Oh, what? Oh, shoot. What? Oh, no. Uh-oh. Okay. Mistakes were made. Okay, that's the wrong button to press. My bad. Oopsies. Let's just... Yeah. We'll just do the mouse. I was about to say, that's probably a consistent key binding. Now, for DWM and Vim, I don't think I put it mostly in the header file, I want to say. Yes. This is what you should be using. Not this crap. Perfect. Flame shot, I don't think works in Wayland. Dunst, Wayland. PyCom, Wayland. Fey, Wayland. Dex. What was I using Dex for? I don't recall. We have our dbus activation environment. This is actually set up correctly. Fine. This looks like this is just bash. Well, that makes it easy. Do. Gravy. Alright, so we fixed our pull kit. Did I crash the Waybar? Probably. Waybar looks like it took a crap. Will Mate pull kit work for Wayland? I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Just gonna change a few things here and there. Actually, let's go code. That. Pull up old VS Code here, right? And VS Coding it up. my trusty co-pilot here. Do 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 do. Change this to auto pick a wallpaper from boop. This is a directory with a ton of PNG files. I'm sure SwayBG has an option. I just don't feel like looking it up. Still got to set up my MCP server for old Sonnet. If you get to this point, time shift. Well, you gotta. If I liked it, I haven't decided if I like it. I don't really like Waybar. That's one problem. I probably wouldn't pick Waybar. I probably would go with QuickShell. I think QuickShell is just a better setup all around. Cool. Yeah, so we got Sway notification. We have wallpaper. Then we launch Waybar. I guess we could look at the Waybar configure. I don't know why I hate Waybar, but it just feels jank. But it also, I think it might be the Waybar configuration. Maybe if I made my own, it would be fine. Because a lot of Waybar configs rely on like shell scripts that are constantly running. I'm fine if it's a shell script, if it's just like a one-off thing, but I do not want that. Yeah, I don't want that to happen all the time. Why are they specifying a specific XFT DPI? That's kind of odd. Huh. Fix this for English. Oh, Dank does have a Mango. Waybar is easier to config. I don't know. Something about QuickShell I really like. Dank Linux does that. Ooh. Yeah. Alright. DPI scaling. Okay. I see what they're going for. Gravy. So we got this for the server, audio input, on tape poll kit, network manager, Bluetooth, WL paste, WL clip. What's this one? IME input. What's that? Input method editor refers to software that enables complex characters, symbols directly, not on the standard keyboard. Chinese, Japanese, Korean. I gotcha. It's popular input method for framework in Linux that allows to switch between different keyboard layout. Okay. Don't need that. Great. What else we have? Oh, you know, I might have an X resources we could use to bring back Nord. That's not quite so weird. Alright, there's that. Binds probably need some smoothing out, specifically like moving tags. But I think just how it manages tags is just a little different from DWM, so I'm going to wait to do anything there. Appearance. So we're first loading the environment right here. We're using that. And if we look, Yeah. 2026, the year of the SVG Linux cursor. I want to say Hyperland actually has hyper cursor that actually does it properly. It's fine. That should be okay. Now, once it starts that, if we go to config, then it goes to binds, which we already looked at. Then we have the monitor rules, which there's a plethora of, but I mean, probably nothing that alarming. We have monitor, which sets our monitor. I still don't know why Y would start on 10. Let's just change that to 0. It doesn't make sense. Variable refresh rate or refresh rate here at 1 or 0. What options does MangoWC have for monitor rule? It's probably going to need a website to do that. What? Where's the documentation for this thing? Oh, dang it. I can't. All right, let's pkill user Titus. All right, Mango. Address already in use. Huh. I think I broke my Waybar. Probably did something wrong. Anywho. Rofi show drun. Let's go Chrome. Google Chrome. Boom. Alrighty. It's kind of weird how that works, huh? Like I can't get away from certain windows. Unless I do that, maybe? No. Like, oh, the tag management is so jacked. Something with the toggle tags, I must have screwed up some kind of hotkey somewhere. God. Learning new window managers is a little frustrating. I mean, it's not bad. Control shift up, control shift down, resize, switch Windows status, tag switch, view to the left, view to the right. Oh, so you take it, you can shift it, and then you can come back. It's just different, not necessarily worse. So then you can bring it over here, bring it back. Got that. Okay, I see it. Okay. Not awful, I guess. My Rofi still isn't running. Why is that? Yeah. Yeah, it's just different. So Super R should be spawn Rofi drun. Is there like an extra space there? Rofi show drun. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Rofi show drun. But that doesn't work. Maybe quote it? Oh, it's also reload. Oh. Thank you, chat. Super Shift R. uh... Well, hide Waybar Mango Super H. So what's going on with Waybar is the next question, I guess. Let's troubleshoot that. So now we got our Rofi menu up. Let's get Waybar back. What did I do with Waybar? So Waybar. What's going on here? Could not connect. Connection refused. Okay, well, why is that? Oops. Don't think I'm ever gonna get used to that. Hmm. All right, why? Also, PCM host is down. Is your Wayland compositor running? Wayland display. Yes, it is. Check if compositor is actually running. Mango. It is. Try running Waybar within your computer if you're starting Waybar. Just to try Waybar without any config. No. Check your Waybar config for IPC issues. Get workspaces. I don't have that installed. Can get, okay, IPC can get into a bad state. Restarting a compositor might help. If you're auto starting Waybar in the compositor config, make sure there's a small delay. Wayland's the best, everybody says. What a bunch of bullshit. I swear. Every time I'm on Wayland, I'm like, it doesn't matter what I'm on. Sway, Hyperland. It all seems like it's just jank AF. I just want my shit to work fast. I don't know, guys. You know, this is the example config. I'm sure I could mess around and figure this out and waste half the day configuring it. But at the end of the day, is it even worth it? Oh. I think I got to remove. need to remove some of this garbage. Some of this is just awful. Alright, let's get rid of that. Just want to get rid of those AUR packages. That already feels better. PS. Ox. Grep. We don't have mate going. Oh no, what happened there? Oops. I moved the wrong one. Yeah, let's move that here. My bad. Alright, there we go. Beautiful. Shoot. Yeah, Topgrade's amazing, right? I don't know. I'm just like, you know, I'm a simple man. Let's relaunch. And then hey. Yeah. There she is. Oh, faithful. Grep. Want to double check Mate was still launching, right? I don't think, no, it's installed. Gnome pull kit? What? Okay, we have Mate, but Gnome's installed? We're not using Gnome. Let's just give it a reboot. Yeah, we're just gonna give it a reboot. Something. Yeah, probably something happened there. Oh yeah. Let me pull that up for you, Gab. Gary. Because yeah, I needed to pull up the labels. Anyways, Mango looks cool. I think I'm gonna have to go a little more bare bones with it. There's way too much happening with just the example config, and it's launching way too much crap for my liking. I know it's funny, most people are like, it's still a lot less than Windows, but you don't move to Linux to be like Windows. You move to Linux to have less, and I want less. I want minimal. Now, I do see promise there. I want to try probably a stripped down dank config from Mango. I think would be better than the example one from the official repo. Dank does some really cool rices, which I even like it. You know, usually I call most of the Linux rices a little bit hippies, you know, but I think if you strip them down, you can really have some really nice stuff. The big thing I really want to avoid, though, is AUR usage. And I think Dank's a little bit better about using more standardized things. I always caution people, stop using AUR packages or things that heavily rely on especially obscure AUR packages. The two that stuck out to me with that, one of those configs from the official GitHub repo, was it was using, like, what was it, Dimland or whatever it was, Wayland, and then it was using kind of like a weird repo for the display power management system, and I was kind of like, man, that just does not, it doesn't jive with me. All right, that looks better. There's Mate. I don't know how Noma's getting even launched. I'll have to track that down another day. Anyways, let's show you the label system that we did in WinUtil. Yeah, use the one from ETC Mango. I'm going to give it a shot too, IZ, and just go from a more vanilla standpoint. Every time I try a rice, they're always trying to do too much. And I'm always like, it doesn't feel great. So that's just my thoughts. All right, labels. So if you go labels, you got this drop down here, Gabby, and you can kind of pick from these labels. So UI, update, hotfix, bug, documentation, application request, all that's there. It should be feature too. Where's feature? New feature. And I think I don't know. When we click on the actual label, do we show? Okay. Let's say click on new feature. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can go label, quote, new space feature, quote, and then it would add that feature to it. So very cool. And we locked it down to where reviews have to happen before a PR can be accepted. Of course, I made omissions for myself, but just as a nice little tidbit, because there are certain things I do like to run, like maybe dependabot updates and things like that, where I want it to create a PR, but I don't necessarily want it to commit a PR, as that would be disastrous. So there's all the updates for it. Open source, I don't know. How did I get into open source? I guess I just did a YouTube channel. I did it like the most roundabout way ever. Started using GitHub and, well, what was that? 2020 is when I used GitHub. Committing without verifying couldn't be an issue. I know, but yeah. So I did a new a rule essentially that basically says everything has to have approvals, no direct pushes, protect the main branch pretty much at all costs. If it's not an approved PR that's getting squashed and merged, you know, obviously it won't be able to. Also, make sure whenever we're merging from a PR, you can only squash and merge, and not just merge. Some people screw up and just do a merge from a PR. I've done this in the past. When I say some people, I mean the older me from like 2 years ago. I would just hit merge, and what that does is, let's say when someone makes a PR, they made 20 or 30 commits to make that PR. A squash and merge takes those 20, consolidates them down into one, and makes one commit on the main branch, and that's why you say squash and merge. Squash all the commits, and then merge them into the main branch. Where a standard merge will take all 20 of them and just take those 20 and go, cool, moves them over, doesn't squash them, and then it kind of dirties the main branch, I think. So I really don't like traditional merges at all. So I made it to where it always has to be a squash and merge. Yeah. Doing good, though. How's it going, Roji? Raj? I'm learning how to code and help maintaining applications such as what you're doing. Yeah, I think it's important. It's a good skill. I think GitHub, you know, I've said it every stream. It's just an amazing tool. Love contributing, all the contributors. And then being able to maintain a project, I think is so important. These days, I think even with the advent of AI, it's easier than ever for anybody to kind of toss up anything and get it kind of working. But the problem with that is if the code's not very clean, you don't have good peer review, and you're just kind of accepting everything, you don't necessarily know how Git works, it's just going to fall apart in days, maybe months if you don't do that many commits. But it's just a matter of time before you'll get to a spot where the debt is just so much that you're just going to implode because you just can't. It'd just be a nightmare to maintain. So the cool thing this year with Windows Utility has been a lot of the cleanup, the consolidation of code, the, hey, let's make this easier to read and maintain. And I think that's really important to have kind of like these periods of time where you're not necessarily adding that many features and you're just taking the existing code and going, what doesn't make sense out of this code? What was just kind of tossed in and it doesn't necessarily think, or sometimes code is no longer relevant. There's times, especially in Windows Utility, where there was tweaks we were doing on Windows 10 that are no longer relevant on Windows 11. And that happens a lot too. So it's kind of the nature of software development is you have to have periods of cleanup, and most big companies don't do this because you're spending a lot of time and money to essentially have the same product that you can't necessarily move more boxes from. It's going to work better for the end user, but nobody sees, hey, new shiny feature. The marketing team has nothing to sell other than saying, well, the new version's just faster, but people are like, well, everything's the same. Why would I buy that? And a lot of this, I think, it's lost in modern software development. Yeah, but the best PRs remove code, not add. I 100% agree. Some of my most favorite PRs was like a PR that chopped 1,000 lines of code, and I was like, that's incredible. Love it. And you know, WinUtil I think it's less than 10,000 lines, even with it being so old. It's over 5 years old at this point. I don't know. Do I have PowerShell installed? I might not be able to do a compile here. This might not compile in Linux. Oh, well, never mind. Linux people are like, that's blasphemy. You have PowerShell in Linux. Yeah, no. We're still 15,000 lines of code. We're not that small, but yeah. Yeah. There's just small things. Yeah, that's kind of funny. The etc mango dot files are much more basic. Cube, I'm going to use the etc dot files from Mango. I'm going to wipe out whatever's there. I got to go more basic. That's what I had to do with Hyperland too. To get Hyperland working kind of the way I liked it, I had to do that exact same thing where I was like, okay, I just can't use anybody else's dots. I'm far too opinionated in what I like and don't like, and I like way more. Actually, I should say I like way less programs than most people. So I like to have a very small launch. Yeah, their doc is also print to use etc mango. Okay, cool. I don't know how I got on that one. Oh, what do we got here? That was a document update. In Caleb's defense, he was just trying to bring all our docs back. At one time, we split and we moved to a different repo for whatever reason. I don't know what I was thinking allowing this to happen. But people were like, well, it might be easier to have folks contribute if the docs were in a different repository. So we took all the docs, we put them in a different repository, and then everyone proceeded to stop updating all documentation, and it just kind of fell to the wayside for like a year. So it's been a fight to just get them back. So yeah, that PR could have been better, and there was, I think, what was it, 11,000 lines you removed there, Gabby, when you went through it. And then I went back through and fixed a bunch of the links even after that correction. So there was a ton of cleanup to be done on the docs, but bringing them all back into WinUtil was obviously the good thing. So nobody's perfect, and that's the beauty of open source. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's less about blame and more about just continually being able to make the mistakes even in a public setting, and then see those mistakes and then correct them and then just continually get better. Where I think in the private sector, now I've only done minimal work in the private sector when it comes to software development, but everything I did was, does it work? Okay, ship it. It's good enough. And essentially that's what a lot of the happens in the private sector. And some of the stuff I saw was just downright nightmare fuel. I think we had one. It was actually a critical business software that onboarded, I think, salespeople or something, but it was written in Silverlight, and we were still using it in 2016, and Silverlight was already gone. Like Microsoft Silverlight, if anybody remembers it. When did that get defunct? I mean, it was crazy. There was like almost no developers. Initial release was 2007. Final release was 2009. Okay, so it was still actually getting some kind of update, but yeah, its death was declared in 2011. So it was still like, hey, encourage the company that are using Silverlight for media to begin to transition to other designs. Yeah, so it was past the point of return, and we were still just kind of cobbling it together to make it work. God, this was awful. I remember that. But the point being, private companies usually do it much worse than open source projects, because open source projects do see a lot of eyeballs, and you're making a lot of mistakes in a public setting, which is great. When in Linux you're installing a package, when should you and when should you not use the AUR? The only time I think it's acceptable to use the AUR is, one, do you have less than 10 packages in the AUR? So, do, like, here, let's just go here. So you go yay or paru, whatever package manager you're using for AUR, uppercase Q, lowercase n. This shows how many packages you're using from the AUR. And what packages am I using? So I'm using paper icon theme. Okay, it's an icon theme. I don't care. Synergy. Probably should move this to their official repo at some point in time, but I'm like, whatever, it's fine. Topgrade, which I think that is in the chaotic AUR. Let me see. Topgrade. It is. Yes. Yes. All right. So, and then TZ update. Why am I using TZ update? TZ update. Can't remember why I use TZ update for something. But anyways. Yeah, Rux, we just fixed it. Probably not a bad idea to find anything similar we do across scripts and break off into common PS1. Yeah, I think a big thing is just also when you're building projects, make it modular. so you can maintain it. So with WinUtil, it originally started as just one file, one giant script, and then as more and more got added, and when we added the GUI, it added so much complexity to the script that having just one file was just absolutely insane. So then I was like, okay, this is so stupid using WinForms and hard coding all this stuff directly into the script. That's when I looked at XAML and bringing those files in externally so I could break it apart, and then it kind of went on. I've learned a lot as we've gone on with it as well. No, I don't travel with this machine. Most of my machines are just kind of like shells to where I'll just pipe into like my home NAS where I'll pull data from, but nothing too crazy. What do you think about the increase in RAM prices? Oh God, can it please stop? There are many people in Turkey who love and respect you. Thank you. We love you and thank you for contributions, community. Well, I'll keep coming, man. Like I said, I gotta keep at it. You can always improve. So that's what I do. Is YouTube getting ads now? For the longest time, YouTube live streams didn't play ads at all. I think it depends on what country you're from, too. What do you think of the new Kimi 2.5 agent? Haven't tried it yet. I think what I saw Theo playing around with the Kimi the other day, he seemed to enjoy it. So I'll probably get there. Like I said, with the LLMs, it's really interesting to see the progression there. I don't feel like it's progressing as fast as people think it is, but it's also not as slow as people think it is either. There's a good middle ground there, and I think we'll still see some incremental improvements over the next couple years. Right now, it's to a point where I'm like, hey, I love using it as an assistant or as a tool on the side, and I think it's fantastic. I think you should add it to your workflow when it makes sense, but obviously don't blindly trust it. And that's really just the crux of it, as most people figure it out. And I'm still trying to figure out where that sits with me. I know sometimes I lean on it too hard, and sometimes I don't lean on it enough. It just depends on the situation. Where, like, if I see an error screen, then I'm like, oh God, what is all that? Sometimes I'll just paste it over into GPT and be like, explain this to me. And then it'll be like, oh, this is what it's saying. I'm like, okay, I get it now. And then I'll just go over and fix it myself without any more prompts. So I think that's it. Excited GOG being on Linux. GOG is great. Being DRM free, I feel like that's the future. I know a lot of people love talking up Steam, but I've said it many times in the past, I do worry about Valve and Steam in the future. When Gabe no longer is with us, who's going to run Valve, and will they sell us out? And since they have a captive audience, meaning everything runs through DRM, and we're stuck on Steam, we don't necessarily own those games, we just own the license. They can do whatever they want with our gaming libraries, and we don't really have much power over Steam. We just have to trust them to continue being good people. And what will Gabe's legacy be? I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I would say if a game comes out and it's on GOG and it's on Steam, I'm buying it on GOG because I know I'll actually own the game if I buy it on GOG, where on Steam, you don't own it. You're renting it, essentially. And it's just a matter of time before something happens with that. Sometime far in the future, probably. But something I still think about. That's why I would prefer GOG over Steam, but I understand most people's libraries are on Steam. Steam is fantastic. You know, I'm not saying anything bad about them now, but I do see a future where they have all this control. What are they going to do with it whenever, you know, the shoe's on the other foot, so to speak, and Gabe's no longer making the decisions, and he's ascended upon, beyond the mortal realm, as some people will say. Steam will work forever. Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world. But like I said, I'm the type of guy, hope for the best, plan for the worst. That's what I do in every scenario. I can't help it. Sometimes I'm like, Oh, man. I really shouldn't have. Okay, well. So be it. So be it. Yeah, well. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to shut it down for today. We had a quick look at MangoWC. I'm not entirely happy with how that turned out. I'm going to take another stab at it with a more minimal setting from etc. I need a minimal config. There's a lot of things I was just like, I don't like Waybar. I don't like some of the settings and other stock ones. I was just like, this needs to be less of like everything. But there was some, I could see a little bit of light there where I could see, this could work. It could be really good. So I'm not writing it off Mango. It was just the first stab at it. I think I'm going to wipe out all those configs and then take a look and go, you know what? I want to be real specific about what applications I want to use for this. I would probably lean heavily on like Sway NC and some of the other stuff in there and just stay completely away from the AUR in some of the more obscure packages. Also, instead of Waybar, I probably would look at Dank Shell's quick shell configuration. I really want to try that out. So maybe in a future stream, we're gonna take another stab at Mango and then go with the Dank configuration. I think that would be the way to go. Yeah, you didn't really miss much, Rux. I just kind of fiddled around with, I thought it was the official config .files I was using, but apparently I was mistaken and I should have just used the ones from the etc. So next time we'll get it. So, all right, guys. Thanks all. Love you. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, and we'll see what we're doing. In the meantime, I will be updating all the projects, WinUtil, Linux Utility. I've been doing a lot with Linux Utility side of things, making mod packs, mostly for Bethesda games, and then compiling those into like Git repositories, and then auto-installing them through like Steam Deck and other Linux systems I have in the house. And I was like, ooh, this could be a lot of fun for folks, and making more standardized scripts for modding those types of games using Linux Utility. I've enjoyed that a lot. So on my off hours, I haven't really showed much of that on stream. That's been a fun project too. But anyways, I will see you all next week.